video from HIMSA. As you can see, it's overcast. We had a really bad storm last night, and you've probably seen in the news that the Midwest has been plagued by some severe storms, and in between we have extremely hot temperatures, and the climate is always a battle here. We are one of the only free-roaming shelters in the United States. We average 50 dogs at all times, and we would like to take you for a tour. Okay, this dog does not have a name. She's a stray that was picked up in the country 2 days ago and brought to us. We have her advertised everywhere, hoping to find her owners. This barn has a new air conditioning unit in it. It also has a heating unit. And we really just use it if the weather's nice for strays or whoever comes. They have a view of the pond. This is one of our indoor-outdoor facilities. We have 2 bathtubs, 2 rooming tables, and it's air conditioned and heated. Okay, that is Nick. He's a dog that was just brought to us yesterday from a big shelter in Kansas City. He was going to be euthanized because he was going crazy inside the kennel. So far he's doing fine. We start with keeping them in here and then letting them in and out with a pack. He ran with a pack yesterday, went down to the pond. We do not see any signs of dog aggression, but we always supervise the dog very carefully until we're sure that they get along with everyone. Okay, this is another fenced in area. We have 2 kind of lean-tos that the Eagle Scouts built. And we have an isolation area inside with a barn that's air conditioned and heated. Okay, this is a work in progress. This is our new meet and greet room. This is a place where people can come and bring their dog to meet our dogs, whoever they're interested in adopting, or just be with a couple of our dogs if they don't have a dog. We're going to put another kennel there with the pet door, and we have, of course, this one. We have the wash tub, and then we have a sink. This is a poster that the Girl Scout troop made for us with copies. This article I wrote a story that was published in Dog Fancy. It's in the June 2014 issue called Someday You Will Be Someone's Hero. It's the story of this little Chinese girl who was abandoned in China when she was 5 days old and grew to when she was brought back to the United States, she had a lot of night terrors and she couldn't sleep, and the family decided to get her a dog. And we had rescued Marvin, who was a starvation case, and well, probably wasn't going to live much longer. We got him to a vet. He was on IVs for a week, and then we rehabilitated him. He's a pit bull mix, and united those 2, and Eden has not had a nightmare since she got that dog. So that's a wonderful story. This is a story that was published about us in Dog Fancy last year, August 2013, Rescue Home on the Range, pointing out the fact that we are one of the few, if only, free-roaming rescues in the United States. Let's see, I was on the front page of the Capital Journal newspaper in Topeka. I am on the Governor's Pet Animal Advisory Board. I'm the representative for the Shelters and Rescues in Kansas, and we've been working on Senate Bill 392 to improve the conditions of all of the licensees, but particularly what we refer to as puppy mills. It was a wonderful bill. One of the things that was so important that we changed was banning carbon monoxide chambers. They should not be allowed. And the legislature fooled around and never got around to passing it. So now it's been tabled for a year. This article, inspection data collected on pet breeders, was pertaining to the Senate bill and why it did not pass and why it should have passed. Okay, these are the dogs that hang out mostly in the house. Chase over there with 3 legs has been with us for a long, long time. Carly, on the sofa. All of these dogs are dogs that were adopted out and did not work out and just had to come out and stay here. This is Trey. He's new. He's a 5-year-old Chihuahua, and his owner gave him up, and we have not been able to find a home for him yet, but I'm sure we will. This is Patches. She's a purebred blue heeler. She's an interesting story. A man called me from the Topeka Rescue Mission, had lost his home, had kind of left her at a vet, and I went to, and he begged us to take her, which we did, thinking, oh, she's so cute, she's real adoptable. Come to find out that she has a congenital birth defect. She has a stricture in her esophagus, which means she throws up all of her food. She doesn't have mega esophagus. We had x-rays done. I've gotten to the point, Carly, I've gotten to the point that I've got it somewhat under control. I have found certain foods that she can eat if I feed her by hand and she does not throw up. So she's a wonderful dog. She's housebroken. She's very sweet, but nobody wants her. That's the sad thing. You don't know in rescue what you get. You don't know what you get in rescue. You just have to take the dog and then you find out.
Yeah, that's fun. But not the murder.
This is our fenced-in area that comes out of this building. And when my husband had it put up, I said, but they can't see anything. So he put in a plexiglass window so the dogs can see out. This area is used not only for a meet and greet room, for an isolation area. When we got Ellie Mae, wherever she is, here's Ellie Mae right here. When we first got her, she was so starved that I kept her isolated in there so I could build her up and get her fattened up a little bit before she joined the group. The nice thing is they have a view of all the flowers, the wildflowers, and the horizon. Sometimes we get a coyote that shows up at the fence, but it's all hot wired so they can't get in. And our dogs can't get out, and I tell them, do not talk to strangers, they're dangerous. Make sure you get it. This is Fred. Freddie. He's a white pit bull. My husband found him chained to our gate at the end of our driveway last December, and he was skin and bones, and he was very badly burned and scabbed over. Our vet said it appeared to be some type of a chemical burn, perhaps acetone. So we can only conjecture that they were trying to make him mean or they were abusive. We don't know. Our feelings are that probably someone rescued him from this abusive home and just chained him to our gate. And we're grateful they did, because he's gained weight and he's healthy and he's very, very happy now. It's not going. Okay, this is Sailor. He's an old guy that was taken to a shelter and just kind of left there to die. A friend of mine called me and said, please take him, he's so sweet. And he is sweet. We had him at the vet this morning because his arthritis is very bad in his hips. He's on several kinds of medications. This is Cooper over here. You may remember him. He's never been able to be adopted. He just does not trust people. He was the one of the few survivors in a litter of 11. 6 starved to death. And he was in very bad shape when we got him. Unfortunately, they did some terrible things to the other puppies that we don't need to talk about. Okay. This is Molly. She was given up by a family a year ago, and I thought I had the perfect home for her. Very nice couple in Kansas City. Beautiful home. About a month ago, they contacted me and said they really wanted to go on a 2-week trip to Europe, and they just did not want to fool with the dog. I'm always very disappointed when that happens. We're fortunate it doesn't happen very often. So Molly is back here, but a couple came to visit yesterday. He's a PhD professor at K-State University, and he and his wife really like her, and they are taking her for a trial adoption this week. So we're excited about that. Beauregard is this Bloodhound Mastiff mix. He and Isaac, the brindle one that was in the building, were kind of abandoned by these homeless people, and I happen to be at this shelter in Kansas City, and they were in the waiting area. The shelter had no room. I had my van. They just put them on, and I put them in my van, and I brought them home. Called my husband. I said, well, we've got 2 uninvited guests, but they're on their way. They're 8 years old, housebroken, friendly, neutered. We got all their shots and their heartworm test taken care of. So hopefully we'll find a home for the 2 of them together. On my right, he's the last of the Sherlockians, and he just got adopted by the person who's taking this video at one of our volunteers. And we got 5 of them in. Well, they were more or less abandoned. Everybody had to be spayed and neutered, and each one had their story. But if you look on our website, you'll see the Sherlockians are all in a big group with their new families. Stop it, Dale. Molly. She's here visiting today. Her mom's in the kitchen washing dishes. She got adopted. This is Bailey down here. Bailey I call the Energizer Bunny. If she ever gets adopted, it will be a miracle. Everyone loves her. But she runs and plays and leaps and twirls, and she's just a doggone hyper that so far no one has been brave enough to take her home. Okay. This is Rover. He's a collie mix. We had to get him shaved because he was so matted. He came with his friend Brutus, who we got adopted. He went to a wonderful family in Colorado last week. Rover, unfortunately, is heartworm positive, and he's being treated for that. And he appears to have a limp, so gonna have to get those hips x-rayed. Okay, Winston is the St. Bernard we've got right here, and he was rescued by the woman in the kitchen, so he's here most of the time. Let's see, where's Fiesta? Fiesta is this brown and white dog out here. Probably an English pointer mix. Once again, when you're the representative of all the shelters, everybody's got my number, and then when a dire case, they call me. Fiesta was going to be euthanized in a big city shelter because she had been there so long that she was getting what I call kennel imprinted, and she was banging her head against the wall repeatedly and jumping and just in such dire straits that I saw her and I said, no, get her out of there. And she has, in a month, she's a different dog. She's calm, she runs the 50 acres, she is housebroken and spayed. She's just a wonderful dog. It would have been a terrible loss to have her put to sleep. Okay, so last year in December, we took in a dog we did not know that was pregnant. And 2 days later, she gave birth to 11 puppies. Surprise! Only 8 survived. The vet came out, took care, and I think she sat on the others. The vet came out, got everyone taken care of, and every dog got adopted out, including the mom. And this is one of them. This is Emma. She's one of the pups. And this is another one. This is Leo. Both of their owners are here today, helping do the dishes and empty water buckets. Like, it takes a village. The reason I'm carrying Peppy around is he's 15 years old, and he's been in ICU at K-State twice in the last month for very difficult breathing problems. One thing we do here is if the dogs need medical care, we get it regardless of the cost. So, hi Cooper. Anyway, AHIMSA is the one organization that will fund kennel workers. At this point we have 7 people part-time that come and they rotate. Maybe one will come 2 or 3 days a week. Because to keep an operation like this going, it really does take hard work. And it takes people who are extremely compassionate and dedicated to animals, because they're never going to get rich working here, and that's for sure. But thanks to AHIMSA, you know, we've been able to keep people on that we might not have been able to before. And we're just really so grateful for your help, and we just appreciate it so much.